Moneyweb on SAfm, South Africa's news and information leader.
Well, it was mini-budget day today. Trevor Manuel in Parliament, and this 2008 medium-term budget speech coverage is brought to you by the Chartered Accountants, who are members of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. And it's our great pleasure to welcome Muneer Hassan, who's the project, as it's better known, the SA Institute of Chartered Accountants. Muneer, just on a more sober note, I'm sure that chartered accountants all over them today of the Deloitte fought Mark Creel and Gillian Brown.
Yes, Alec, I think it's very unfortunate. It's a sudden shock, and I think it's a big loss to definitely our community as well. Our condolences definitely go out to their families.
Those four passed away in an aeroplane accident at Rand Airport today on their way to an audit in Lesotho. We're getting on to other issues, and the most important event in the financial, or the second most important event in the financial calendar is the mini-budget. It's halfway through the year. Trevor Manuel updates the nation on how government's finances have been going. And generally speaking, things seem to be on track. SARS continues to bring in more money than their budget.
Yes, Alec, I think no surprises again. It is really not the forum where the minister would use this to actually introduce new changes into legislation. That is left for the annual budget where that platform is raised for those sort of issues. But yes, I see SARS has gotten another 1.2 billion rand extra to collect as a result of the announcement this afternoon.
Yeah, not bad going, although last year they collected 15 billion rand more than their budget. So they're a little bit behind the curve, or maybe people are starting to get a little more honest in paying.
Yes, I think that, as well as the difficult market conditions that they operate within. The minister did allude to the fact that the company tax rate has been fairly stable, and that was as a result of a number of significant changes introduced over the past years. He cited as an example capital gains tax. However, companies are going to, at the backdrop of a very tough economic time, so as to how long that outlasts and how long that will stay is left to be seen.
Trevor Manuel announced that we now have 5.2 million registered taxpayers, which is up from 3.5 in 2003. Pretty good going on that side. But where there was a little bit of a change was on the micro-business turnover tax. Now, how exactly does this work?
Yes, Alec, that's really a new, it's actually known as the presumptive very small business tax, which is to be introduced as part of the revenue laws amendment bills, which were tabled as well by the minister this afternoon. In effect, this is a turnover tax, so it is a tax which is levied on the taxable turnover. There's a table which is directly linked to taxing that at a certain level.
The very small businesses, less than R1 million turnovers.
Yes, in order to qualify, you have to be less than a turnover of R1 million. With the introduction of this, we also have the raising of the VAT threshold from 300,000 to R1 million. So it coincides quite nicely. In order to be in this regime, you cannot be in the VAT.
Let's just understand, you were previously paying VAT, 14%. Now you won't be paying it if you have a turnover in your business of less than R1 million rand. So it's for, I suppose,
it's really for
smaller,
the
really
very,
small
very small, as the name suggests. The advantage of the entire system is that there are no other tax consequences like capital gains tax and.
The Chartered Accountants of South Africa, who are specialist tax advisors, bring you this coverage in the interest of providing professional tax solutions to minimize business tax risk. To solve any tax problem, phone a chartered accountant first. This 2008 medium-term budget speech coverage was brought to you by the Chartered Accountants, who are members of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants.